Good evening. Welcome to CSBIS Academy Current Affairs Bulletin. Let us see today's current affairs. India UAE relations. Yesterday, that is on August 17th, India and UAE have conducted a virtual joint commission meeting. This is the 13th joint commission meeting, and because of COVID, it was held virtually. The meeting was attended by UAE Foreign Minister and also India's External Affairs Minister. Our External Affairs Minister, Mr. Jaishankar, have congratulated UAE on launching first probe to Mars, Hope probe to Mars, and also Jaishankar congratulated UAE on Baraka nuclear energy project. So for both the UAE achievements in the last month, our External Affairs Minister have congratulated the UAE. And UAE, India have strategic relations in the fields of civil aviation, food security, energy, health, defense, etc. In fact, there are 5 subcommittees that were formed to bring more interaction between India and UAE. First is about economic trade and cooperation. Second is about defense and security cooperation. Third is education, culture, and youth cooperation. Fourth is consular and community affairs. Fifth is overview and high level exchanges. So India UAE is relations are very important. Why I said India UAE relations are very important. UAE has 2.5 million migrants of Indian origin, and people in the UAE, the Indian origin people in the UAE, are the largest source of remittances to India. Largest source of remittances. Around $14 billion remittances we receive from people from UAE. And second important thing why UAE is important for us. India UAE bilateral trade last year is $60 billion. India UAE bilateral trade last year is $60 billion, making UAE India's third largest trading partner. UAE is the India's third largest trading partner. Even this is important. And 2019, PM Modi got the award from UAE, Order of Jayed Award. UAE have given an award to Prime Minister Modi, Order of Jayed Award. So India UAE relations are very important this year for mains. For mains examination, kindly make a notes on that India UAE relations. And today, Subhash Chandra Bose death anniversary. It is supposed that it was presumed that on August 18th, 1945, Subhash Chandra Bose died in an air crash. You all know he was a revolutionary in the Indian freedom struggle. He gave a famous slogan, "You give me blood, I'll give you freedom." Subhash Chandra Bose organized Azad Hindu Fauj, structured it properly. Subhash Chandra Bose have sought the help of foreign powers, and he believed in violent methods in bringing independence, and he also passed civil service examination. So he was a great freedom fighter. And Subhash Chandra Bose death anniversary today. And Mahendra Singh Dhoni from Jharkhand, how no his leadership, captainship we all know. He retired from international cricket. Though he's going to play IPLs, he retired from international cricket. So you need to remember important facts about Dhoni. I'm going to make a special video on Dhoni. Next important news. On Independence Day speech, Prime Minister Modi ji have announced that Indian government is looking at the possibility to increase the marriageable age for women in India. The main reason is child abuse, maternal mortality, infant mortality, health hygiene of young women. So if marriage age is increased, there will be low mortality rates with respect to infants and maternal mortality also. According to UNICEF report, 27% of girls in India are married before they attain 18th birthday. According to UNICEF report, remember, 27% of girls in India are getting married before they celebrate 18th birthday. That means, though we have law that marriage age for women is 18, still under 18 marriages go uninterruptedly in India. Say, for example, Pradhan Mantri launches or Pradhan Mantri tells if no marriage age should be increased to 19 or 20 for women or 21 for women. Do you think that our customs really practice that? Do you think that that will become a reality? It's just not very very much possible. It is not so easy actually. So government should have three pronged strategy according to me. One is awareness about the marriageable age, about the rights of women, all these things. Second is incentives. Incentives for particular marriage age. For example, in Telangana we have Kalyana Lakshmi, Shadi Mubarak. The entitlement is the girl's age should be more than 18, and KCR kits deliveries should be for the girl should be for the age of more than 19. So these type of targets. So if you increase marriages without providing incentives, people might not follow that. And strong legal deterrence should be there. Strong laws, fear factor should be there in the minds of people. So there is a three pronged strategy. One is awareness, second is incentives, third is deterrence. These three are very important. And marriage age increase means more women in studies, women participation in labor force, women participation in education. Automatically, it will increase our GDP, progress of the country, and maturity levels of the women also. Recently you have seen, Zomato is giving 10 days period leave for women working in their firms. And unfortunately, India ranks 112 in Global Gender Gap Index. The rank of India is 112 in Global Gender Gap Index. Just try to understand this. And next important news is on August 15th, 6.5 months after the first COVID case reported in the country, India crossed the milestone of 50,000 deaths, coronavirus deaths. Total cases are 2.6 million. And recently, US FDA approved saliva test, which is rapid, inexpensive, non-invasive, and a highly sensitive test, rather than following nose swab test or nasopharyngeal test, which is uncomfortable and invasive. So, US FDA approved saliva test, and which is rapid, inexpensive, non-invasive, and highly sensitive test. And next important news: Supreme Court is going to study on the statements of judicial corruption, which are made in public. And Supreme Court is going to study under what circumstances the corruption allegations on corruption of judiciary can be made. So you have seen Prashant Bhushan contempt of court case and other issues. Now, Supreme Court wanted to study whether private people can make a public statements with respect to judicial corruption. If at all they can do that, under what circumstances? And the procedure to be adopted if such corruption statements are made in public against a sitting judge or a retired judge. A three-judge bench led by Justice Arun Mishra actually it was established to decide about what procedure to be adopted of such allegations when allegations of corruption are made on sitting judges or retired judges. And one more important point, when some matter is in sub judice. What is sub judice? Sub judice means when some matter is in consideration of the court. To what extent that matter can be discussed and argued in social media or electronic media and other media. In India, we have Judges Inquiry Act 1968. Kindly remember, we have an act in India called Judges Inquiry Act 1968 with respect to inquiries to be conducted against judges also. We have an act called Judges Inquiry Act 1968. Next important news, it is about PM CARES Fund. Supreme Court refuses to direct a transfer of contributions made to PM CARES Fund to NDRF. What is NDRF? National Disaster Response Fund. The judgment came on a PIL filed by NGO called Center for Public Interest Litigation. An NGO named Center for Public Interest Litigation have asked the Supreme Court to direct the funds which are deposited in PM CARES should go to NDRF. But Supreme Court said no. Supreme Court said no. The PAL also sought a direction to the government to prepare, notify, and implement a national plan under Disaster Management Act. The center on March 28th have set up Prime Minister's Citizens Assistance and Relief in Emergency Situation (PM CARES). Remember, Prime Minister's Citizens Assistance and Relief in Emergency Situation (PM CARES) Fund with the primary objective to deal with the situations like COVID, with the primary objective to deal with the emergency situations like COVID. PM CARES Fund was constituted, and the Prime Minister is the ex officio chairman of the PM CARES Fund. Remember a point: the Prime Minister is the ex officio chairman of PM CARES Fund, and Defense Minister, Home Minister, Finance Minister are ex officio trustees. So PM is the ex officio chairman, Defense Minister, Home Minister, and Finance Minister are ex officio trustees. The central government said that the PM CARES Fund is a voluntary fund. It is voluntary. Nobody can force you to contribute for the PM CARES Fund. It is a voluntary fund. While funds in NDRF and SDRF, National Disaster Response Fund and State Disaster Response Fund, funds in NDRF and SDRF are made through budgetary sanctions. They are made through budgetary sanctions. So there is a difference between PM CARES Fund and funds in NDRF and SDRF. The petitioners questioned the validity of PM CARES Fund. The petitioners who filed PAL questioned the validity of PM CARES Fund. And remember, the audit of NDRF is done by CAG, whereas the audit of PM CARES Fund will be done by private auditors. This is also raised. This question also got raised. The audit of NDRF is done by CAG, whereas the audit of PM CARES is done by private auditors. So only government has to answer. And there is one more news about PM CARES Fund. Prime Minister's office denied RTI request on PM CARES Fund. 2 days back, PMO, Prime Minister's office, denied RTI request on PM CARES Fund. It said, if you start allowing RTI applications on PM CARES Fund, it will disproportionately divert the resources. So we don't have time because of COVID. We don't have resources to answer all the RTI petitions with respect to PM CARES. We cannot deal with that. That was the thing told by PM office. And next important news is COVID-19 is transforming day by day, and people below 50 are the major drivers of COVID-19 pandemic. They are actually promoting this COVID-19, says WHO, World Health Organization. Coronavirus till date have killed more than 7,70,000 people in the world and infected more than 22 million. World Health Organization said that it was concerned about coronavirus, which was driven by the people who are in their 20s, 30s, and 40s, and they are asymptomatic. Most of the people who are in their early age, young age, they were asymptomatic, whereas they carry this virus to the elders, where they are vulnerable group. And if you see the diagram, if you see the chart, those who are 60, above 60, those who are above 40, see, if you are above 20, you have only 1% of mortality. If you are above 40, you have 3-4% of mortality. If you are above 60, there's a high chance of death, mortality. So this is the problem. But the youngsters are carrying this virus to the older people. This is a cause of concern of WHO now. Next important news from environment. In his Independence Day speech, Prime Minister Modi spoke about Project Dolphin. Project Dolphin was announced by PM Modi, and Environmental Minister yesterday said government is going to launch this within 15 days. Within 50 days, 15 days, 1-5. And Project Dolphin will conserve biodiversity, protect employment, promote employment, and also air pollution, water pollution, all sorts of pollutions can be addressed by particularly protecting a creature, an animal. And we have two types of dolphins. One is river dolphin, second is sea dolphins. India is very famous for Gangetic river dolphin. India is very famous for Gangetic river dolphin. So, Gangetic river dolphins are our national aquatic animals. Gangetic river dolphins are our national aquatic animals. In India, in Ganga, Brahmaputra tributaries, we can find Gangetic river dolphin, and Nepal and Bangladesh are also very famous for river dolphins. And river dolphins attract a lot of tourism also. Dolphins attract a lot of tourism also. And we can see dolphins in long, deep river beaches and river areas like Assam, Bihar, Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh, and West Bengal. And as per the data available, there are around 3,700 Gangetic river dolphins in India. 3,700 Gangetic river dolphins in India. And Project Dolphin will also help to protect healthy river ecosystems in India. Project Dolphin also helps in protect healthy river ecosystems in India. See, whenever government speaks about a particular creature, aquatic animal, something, you are expected to make a detailed notes on it with respect to environment. So Project Dolphin is very, very important for you for exam. Project Dolphin. And next important news, Indian Railways is going to construct world's tallest pier bridge across river Ijai in Manipur. So our railway is going to construct the world's tallest pier bridge across river Ijai in Manipur. What is pier bridge? A pier bridge is a type of structure where a bridge is constructed on the water by having very strong pillars. So from the foundation onwards, it will have very strong pillars. A bridge will be constructed on the water. So Indian Railways is going to construct world's tallest pier bridge across river Ijai, Ijai in Manipur. Next important news. Yesterday, 2 days back, there is a summit of with respect to BRICS, BRICS, you know BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. Under the chairmanship of Russia, the fourth session of BRICS anti-drug working group was held recently. And from Indian side, Narcotics Control Bureau attended the summit. Narcotic Control Bureau. Misuse of Darknet. See, like internet, in the internet, we have a parallel web called Darknet, where money laundering, pornography, mafia, terrorism, all activities will go on. All activities go on, particularly drug trafficking. Particularly drug trafficking. In February 2020, there is a big case in India. A narcotics vendor, a drugs vendor from Uttar Pradesh, used Darknet to sell drugs abroad. This case was bursted. So, what is Darknet? Darknet is a deep hidden internet platform. Darknet is a deep hidden internet platform which is used for the narcotics sale, exchange, pornographic content, and other illegal activities like terrorism, hawala, mafia, money laundering, etc. And here there's a very important word for you to remember. What is onion routing? What is onion routing? ONION. Onion, ROUTING. See, in onions we have layers, right? Normal internet officially we can directly access. But darknet is a have a multi-layer encryption. It is multi-layer encryption. It have so many keys, so many encryptions. So this is called onion routing, like an onion which have many layers. Darknet will also have many websites. The darknet will have multi-layer encryption so that it is not easy for a common man to access. Only the people who know the technology can access. It is a process. Onion routing is a process where the message we can send and responses we receive are encrypted with different keys, and every time we need to use that key to visit that server. It's very difficult to access. So this onion routing can be used for good purposes and bad purposes. Onion routing is also always not bad. It is good and also for bad. So kindly remember about onion routing or tor, 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 onion router. Onion router, very important word, kindly remember. Next important news is Swasthya e-portal. Swasthya e-portal. This is established by Ministry of Tribal Affairs. It is maintained by Center for Excellence for Knowledge Management for Health and Nutrition. Ministry of Tribal Affairs also launched ALEK, a quarterly newsletter on health and nutrition. Particularly, this newsletter will come in the electronic way. ALEK, ALEKH, ALEK, a quarterly newsletter. And what is Swasthya e-portal? This is with respect to health and nutrition of tribals. Swasthya e-portal is a one-stop solution for health and nutritional status of tribal population in India. For health and nutritional status of tribal population in India. Just remember this much. And next important news. Next important news. We are very happy that Indian origin Kamala Harris is contesting from Democratic Party as a vice presidential candidate. And we are increasing our soft power through our diaspora in the world. And we can also use them for lobbying in favor of India. If you see, Prime Minister once described PIOs, persons of Indian origin, are ambassadors of India and partners of India's development. They are ambassadors of India and partners of India development. And Canada, Mauritius, in various countries, we have PIOs who are playing a key role in politics there. We can use their help to increase India's soft power. So Indian diaspora is becoming famous day by day. Okay, it is becoming very famous day by day. And next important news, HRD Ministry is now officially called as Education Ministry, and President approved this name change. HRD Ministry is now officially called as Education Ministry as President approves this name change. Next news, around 3.65 crore jobs to be generated in construction of houses under Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban. So more employment. See, construction sector is the second biggest sector after agriculture, which provides more employment. Construction sector has a multiplier effect. For example, housing, infrastructure, steel, cement, bricks, sand mining, employment generation. So construction sector have a multiplier effect. And Government of India under Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban is creating more and more jobs. 3.65 crore jobs are anticipated. Already 1.65 crore jobs are created. Already 1.65 crore jobs are created. So Minister said this. Minister said this. Okay. So these are the important current affairs today. Tomorrow we'll meet with the updates. Thank you.